Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Ever wondered how students actually use those fancy AI chatbots for their studies, particularly when the topic gets a little tricky, like statistics? Well, today we're diving into just that. Imagine you are a psychology student and you've got a statistics assignment. Sometimes statistics can feel like a foreign language, right? That is where a special AI helper called StatsBot comes in. It is powered by a really powerful AI called GPT-40 in the University of Vienna, decided to let their psychology students try it out for free. This study looks at over 1,400 chat messages from 182 students to see exactly what they were asking this AI for. It is like peeking into a classroom to see where students are struggling and how they're trying to get help. So the big question here is simple. What are students actually doing with these advanced AI tools when they're trying to learn something as complex as statistics? Are they using it to cheat? Are they using it to genuinely learn? Are they asking about super advanced topics? Or just the basics? The researchers wanted to map out the topics students talked about with the chatbot, understand the different ways students used it, and uncover any new or interesting uses that popped up. They analyzed thousands of messages to get a real-world picture, something that is hard to get from just surveys. Now, how did they do this? They got a treasure trove of data. We're talking about 1,400 chat messages sent between March and June of 2025. This data came from the University of Vienna Psychology Department, where they gave students access to this StatsBot. It worked like most chatbots. You type a message, you get a response. But there was a system to track how much students use it, kind of like credits you'd get with a prepaid phone. Each message sent and received use up these credits, and longer conservations cost more, which actually encouraged students to start new chats if things got too long. This is a really interesting detail because it shows how the design of the tool might encourage certain behaviors from the users. The data they collected included the student's ID, the message itself, the chatbot's answer, how many tokens, words, or pieces of text were used, and when everything happened. And importantly, students had to give their okay for their anonymous chats to be used for research, which is great for transparency. So to understand all these messages, they used a smart method called content analysis. Think of it like sorting a huge pile of mail into different labeled boxes. First, they used a deductive approach. This means they had a pre-made list of categories or boxes. Like, is this message about statistics? Does it mention a specific statistical method? Does it mention data analysis software? Is it a multiple choice question? Is it asking about the chatbot's abilities? Is it a statement? Is it a question? Is it an instruction? Is it referencing something said earlier? Is it in English? Is it in German? Is it polite? Is it a greeting? They created a detailed set of instructions for human coders, and then they did something really innovative. They used an advanced AI like GPT-5 to help them do this coding. They tested how well the AI matched up with human coders and found it was pretty good, on average a correlation of 0.79. This means the AI was very helpful in sorting through all those messages quickly and reliably. Some of these categories like statistics, interaction, and specific method were really important. Nearly all messages were about statistics, over 93%, and about half mentioned a specific statistical method. That tells us students were using this tool for its intended purpose to help with their stats homework. After sorting the messages into these main boxes, they went deeper. This is the inductive content analysis part. It's like taking the mail from a box and looking at the letters inside to find even more specific themes. For example, within the statistics interaction box, they looked for specific statistical methods. Students were asking about like mediation moderation or multi-level models. They also looked at non-statistical uses. What surprised them was that some students asked about things like recipes or just chatted with the bot. They also looked into requests about the chatbot's capabilities, like, can you speak German or can you write R code, which indicates students were still figuring out what these AI tools could and couldn't do. This deeper dive revealed some really interesting patterns. For example, when students weren't asking about statistics at all, the most common theme was about language capabilities of the chatbot, and then clarifying or justifying answers they received. This shows students were exploring the AI itself sometimes. Another common theme was seeking help with writing, formatting, and presentation support, which is a broader use of AI beyond just statistics. Then came the final step, measuring and comparing everything. They looked at how usage changed over time and compared bachelor's and master's students. This is where the story really starts to unfold. They found big differences between bachelor's and master's students. Bachelor students mostly use German, asked shorter questions, and often use the bot for multiple choice questions, perhaps for exam prep. Master students, on the other hand, used it for more advanced statistics like mediation and moderation analysis. They tended to use English and wrote longer, more detailed instructions. This makes sense because master's students are often working on more complex research projects that require deeper statistical understanding and the use of specific software. The usage also changed throughout the semester. Chat messages peaked towards the end of the semester, especially from bachelor students, which again points to exam preparation. Master students had a more consistent usage throughout the semester, suggesting they integrated the chatbot into their ongoing work. So what does all of this mean? The study confirms that students are using these AI chatbots for their intended academic purposes, primarily for statistics help. They aren't just goofing around, they're trying to solve real problems. The differences between bachelor's and master's students are particularly insightful, showing how students use these tools at different stages of their education. Bachelor students are building foundations, master students are applying advanced knowledge. A really important takeaway is that students aren't just asking the AI for answers. Many were providing their own work, their hypotheses, their data outputs, and asking for interpretation or feedback. This suggests students are using AI as a collaborative partner to refine their understanding, rather than just getting answers. It's like having a study buddy that can explain things in detail. This is a positive sign for learning. However, the study also shows students are still figuring out what these AI tools can actually do. Questions about language capabilities like can you speak German or can you write R code show. There is still some exploration happening and a need for education on how to use these tools effectively and responsibly. This is crucial because blindly trusting AI outputs can lead to mistakes or even academic integrity issues. Now, no study is perfect. One limitation is that this was only in one department at one university, so the findings might be different for other subjects or other schools. Also, they only looked at what students asked the bot, not how good the bot's answers were. That is an important next step for research. Did the bot give accurate advice? How did students verify that advice? Overall, this research gives us a fascinating look into how AI is being used in real university classrooms. It shows students are pragmatic and use these tools to meet their current academic needs. But it also highlights the ongoing need to teach students about AI and to understand the quality of the AI support. As AI becomes more common in education, understanding these interactions is key to designing better learning tools and helping students become smart AI users. What are your thoughts on this? Have you used AI for your studies? What kind of questions do you ask? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this interesting, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more MindLab breakdowns. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.